Yet another innocent person has been gunned down by police, this time in small town USA, Illinois. 36-year-old Sonia Massey was gunned down by police in her own home. And the crazy thing, well, not really crazy if you're familiar with these stories, is that she called police for help. She invited them into her home, and they returned the favour by gunning her down in her own kitchen. There is no grey area, this is completely black and white. Police enter her house, begin talking, the police have a freak out, they have a meltdown, they have a panic attack, and they just open fire on this woman while she's in her kitchen. Again, completely black and white, no grey zone, they were in the wrong, they completely murdered this woman in her own home. Now, some people are calling this racism, and it doesn't look like that. What it looks like to me is you've got this 6'2", drugged up, mentally retarded man-child living out his policeman fantasy, but then coming face to face with reality, has a freak out, has a meltdown, has a panic attack, and just starts shooting. So why does this keep happening, and how can you stop it from happening to you? First thing you need to do is change your way of thinking. Thinking that police are there to help you is like thinking that going to a hospital will get you healed, going to university and getting a bachelor's degree will guarantee you a great life and lifestyle, and that the housing market is completely affordable, completely fair, and you just need to work harder. Now, this keeps happening again and again because the system as we know it doesn't have funding and no one gives a shit. Now, joining the police, getting employed as a police officer is incredibly easy. However, they only hire a certain type of person. If you have more than 2 brain cells to rub together and you know that 2 + 2 = 4, you will not be hired to work at a police department anywhere. You are too smart, you are too intelligent, you make everybody else look bad, you will not be hired. They have many systems and many processes and many hiring practices to weed out people that can tie their own shoelaces. And the only people who do get hired are the types of people that still have difficulties completing a coloring book. These are the sorts of people who washed out from working at McDonald's because they couldn't figure out how to put a Big Mac hamburger together. They then take these mentally challenged people, give them tons of equipment, sometimes even military-grade equipment, fast cars with flashing lights that make loud noises, and spiffy, crisp uniforms, and firearms and body armor, and go about telling them that they have to keep the community safe from the evil. And these retards seriously believe it. Now, the idea of police, the theory behind it is fantastic, a little organization that helps people, but the reality is much, much different. As most police usually have severe mental issues and other cognitive impairments that makes them less than ideal for society. But birds of a feather flock together and the retard organization grows. Now, the first mistake Sonia made was actually calling police for assistance. Again, this is a terrible idea. You're asking people who are normally afraid of their own shadows to come and help you. Terrible, terrible idea. The next mistake was letting them into your home. You've got this lovely property, you've got walls, you've got doors to keep the psychos and the weirdos out, but you chose to let them in. Big mistake. Don't do this. And you can see the problem here. She was deluded into thinking that police are there to help you. It's quite the opposite. And she paid the ultimate price. This is why it's always best to do it yourself, solve your own problems, invest in some self-defense, pepper spray, maybe a firearm, who knows, but you have to do it yourself. Simply asking the government to send a 6'5", drugged up, roided up, man-child mongoloid to help will give you the results that you saw in this video. Now, in my personal life, I have met police and they are exactly as retarded as the people in this video. They are a danger to themselves, they are a danger to others, and they are an absolute drain and burden on the community. Only the ignorant or the deluded want anything like the police in their life or helping with any sort of issues. Police are usually the scum of society, the scum of the community, and whenever I personally hear about police getting killed, injured, murdered, bad things happening to police, it makes me smile, it makes me happy, it makes me laugh, because 9 out of 10 times they absolutely had it coming.